Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Kate from Mindful Knots. In today's tutorial, I will teach you all how to make a vest top. This top works up pretty quick and is beginner friendly. For this project, you will need DK light yarn, a 2.5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle. Okay, so let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so to begin, you will create a slip knot. So you'll fold the yarn onto itself like this, and then you'll twist the yarn to create a little loop opening here. You'll come in through the back of that loop, and then you're going to grab the shorter strand and pull through, and that is a slip knot. You will insert your hook through that loop and make that loop a little smaller on the hook there. To begin, you will chain up 4, and to chain you will go under the yarn and hook it and pull through the loop on your hook. So you'll chain up 4, then you'll go back to the first chain there, and then you will slip stitch. So you'll insert your hook through that first chain, yarn over, pull through the chain and your loop on the hook, and that is a slip stitch. By doing that, you created a little tiny circle there. To begin, you will chain up 4, so you'll go under the yarn and hook it and pull through the loop. You'll do that 4 times. This counts as your first double crochet and your chain 1. And then working into the center of this ring you created. So in this loop you created, you will double crochet 1. To do that, you will yarn over, so you'll go under the yarn and hook it, insert your hook through the center of the ring, yarn over, so you'll go under the yarn and hook it, pull through the center of the ring. That leaves you with 3 loops on your hook. So then you'll yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then you will chain 1, and you will repeat that 10 more times. So you'll have 12 double crochets all together. Remember, this first chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So that double crochet chain 1, you're going to repeat it 10 more times. So you'll insert a double crochet into the center of the ring, chain 1, and then you'll do it 9 more times. And then you'll insert a double crochet into the center of the ring, chain up 1, and you'll do it 8 more times until you have 12 stitches all together and 12 spaces all together. Okay, so that's what it should be looking like. To close up the round, you will slip stitch that 3rd chain from the beginning. So you'll insert your hook in that 3rd chain. You will yarn over, pull through the chain, and your loop on the hook. For this next round, you will slip stitch into this nearest space here. So you'll insert your hook through the space, yarn over, and pull through the loop. You will chain up 3. This counts as your first stitch. And then you will insert 1 double crochet into the center there. Chain 2. In this next space, we're going to work 2 double crochets together. So to do that, you will yarn over and insert your hook through the center of that space. Yarn over and pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, so then you'll yarn over and pull through 2. You'll yarn over again, insert your hook through the space, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, so then you'll yarn over and pull through 2. That leaves you with 3, so then you'll yarn over and pull through all 3. And that is a double crochet together. You will chain up 2 again, and then just repeat that. You're going to, in the next space, insert 2 double crochets together. chain 2, and then just repeat that all the way around and I'll meet you back. Okay, so now we're back at the beginning, so what we'll do is find that first double crochet and slip stitch it. Okay, so this is what it should be looking like right now. For this next round, you will slip stitch to the nearest space there. Once you have slip stitched to the nearest space there, you will chain up 7. Then you will single crochet into the next space. You're going to skip over these stitches there. You're going to chain up 3. Then you will single crochet into the next space. Chain up 3 again. Single crochet into the next space. And then you will single crochet 7. And single crochet into the next space there. Okay, so you're basically going to repeat that around. You're going to chain up 3, single crochet into the next space, chain up 3, single crochet in the next space, and then you're going to do another chain 7, chain 3, chain 3, chain 7, chain 3, chain 3. So it's going to end up looking like a square. Okay, so I'm on my last chain 3, so what you're going to do is single crochet into that space where we started from. Okay, so you can kind of see the square form starting to shape. For this next row, you will slip stitch into the chain 7 space. You will chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. You will insert 4 double crochets into this space here. Okay, so it looks like you have 5 stitches all together with that chain 3. So then you'll chain up 3. This is your corner. And then in that same chain 7 space, you will insert 5 double crochets. So once you have 5 double crochets, what you'll do is single crochet in this first chain 3 space. You will then chain up 4. Single crochet into the next chain 3 space. And then you'll create another corner. So in this chain 7 space, you are going to double crochet 5, chain 3, and double crochet 5 again. So you're just going to repeat this corner there, and you're going to do the sides the same all the way around. So then I'll meet you back for the next row. Okay, so this is what it should be looking like right now. So now we're at the end. We're going to close off the same way. So we're going to slip stitch the 3rd chain that we started with. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do is we will slip stitch to the next stitch there. You will chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. Then you will insert 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. You will insert 2 double crochets into that corner space. Chain up 3. Insert 2 double crochets into that same space so you can create a corner. Then you will insert 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. You will skip that last double crochet. You will chain up 4, single crochet this chain space here, chain up 4 again, skip a double crochet. You're going to skip the single crochet as well, the single and the double there. And then you will insert 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. And that is your repeat for this round. And you have come to another corner, so you'll create another corner the same way you did over here. You're going to double crochet 2, chain 3, double crochet 2. You're going to repeat that sequence all the way around, doing the sides the same and the corners the same, and I will meet you back. Okay, so I did that all the way around, and we're going to slip stitch to close off on that 3rd chain from the beginning there. So you're just going to slip stitch it. For this next round, we will slip stitch over 1, so you'll insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through the stitch and your loop on the hook. You will then chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. Then you will insert 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Then you will insert 2 double crochets into that space there. Chain up 3. Insert 2 double crochets into the same space. Insert 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. You will chain up 4. You're going to skip these next 2 double crochets and then single crochet into this chain 4 space. Chain up 4. Single crochet into the next chain space there. Chain up 4 again. And that is your repeat. So then you'll skip over 2 stitches, double crochet 1 into the next 4, and then create another corner. You'll do the same on this side, double crochet 4, skip over the chain 2, or the 2 double crochets there, and then you'll create your sides the same way. I will meet you back after this round is done. Okay, so I did that all the way around, and I'm back at the beginning. So what I'll do is slip stitch that chain 3 we created in the beginning there. For this next round, you will chain up 3, and this counts as your first double crochet. You will insert 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. Alright, so you have come to a corner, so you'll create another corner by inserting 2 double crochets into the space there, then chaining up 3, and double crocheting 2 more, all into that same space. Next, you will insert 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. Okay, so in all of these stitches here, you're going to insert 1 double crochet. Now in this chain space, we will create 2 double crochets into that space there. So that's 1 and 2. You will chain up 4, single crochet into this chain 4 space, chain up 4 again, and then in this next chain space you will insert 2 double crochets. Alright, and then that is your repeat for this round. You'll just create it the same way, insert 1 double crochet into the next 6, do a corner, and repeat this 4 more times. Okay, so I did that all the way around, and I'm back at the beginning, so I'm going to slip stitch the 3rd chain that we made from the beginning there. For this next round, you will chain up 3. Then you will double crochet 1 into the next 7 stitches. Okay, so once you have double crocheted 7, we are at the corner. So we're going to create the corner the same way. We are going to insert 2 double crochets, chain up 3, and 2 double crochets all into the same chain 3 space here. Okay, and then kind of similarly to this side, how there's 8 stitches, you're just going to insert 1 double crochet into the next 8 stitches. Okay, so then you will insert 1 double crochet into all of these 11 stitches there. So just insert 1 double crochet into the next 11 stitches. Once you have double crocheted 11, what you'll do is insert 2 double crochets into this chain space. And then you will chain up 1. You will skip this single crochet there, and then you will insert 2 double crochets into the next chain space. And that is your repeat for this round. So you'll just insert 1 double crochet into all of these stitches, create a corner, 1 double crochet into all those stitches, and then you'll create these sides the same by inserting 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, so I have done that all the way around, and I slip stitched the third chain from the beginning to close it, just like we did the other rounds there. So for this next round, we will chain up 3. This counts as a double crochet. Then you will just insert 1 double crochet into each of the stitches until you get to the corner. Okay, so now you're at the corner and you'll create it the same way you have been creating it. So you'll crochet 2 into the space there, chain up 3, and then double crochet 2 more into the space. For the side, you will insert 1 double crochet until you get to this chain 1 space. This round is really repetitive. It's really simple. We're basically just inserting 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. Okay, so we're at this chain 1 space, so what we'll do is just insert 1 double crochet into that chain 1 space there. And that is your repeat. You'll just repeat that all the way around. It's just going to be basically 1 full row. Okay, so I did that all the way around, and this is what your square should be looking like. For this next round, we will slip stitch up to the nearest corner. So what you'll do is just insert your hook into the next stitch, pull through the stitch and the loop on the hook, and you'll do that all the way until you get to the corner. Okay, so I'm at the last double crochet over here, so I'm going into that corner and doing my last slip stitch. Okay, so once you have done that, you are going to create 8 squares all together. So once you have 8 squares, what you're going to do is combine them. Okay, so for example, this is what we're going for. You want all 4 of the granny squares attached. This is the front panel, and I'm showing you guys the back panel, but both panels are going to be exactly the same. Okay, so now you're going to attach your granny squares. So you're going to kind of situate it like this. So you know how we crochet to the nearest corner. So we'll start that corner up here and we will slip stitch down to combine these 2 together. And with this square over here, we slip stitch to the nearest corner. So we're going to leave it at this furthest left corner over here so that when we attach our other granny square, we can attach it right there. For example, here is the next granny square, and I crocheted to the nearest corner here, so this is where I left my long tail. So we're going to situate it to where it is at the bottom here. So we can use this strand to slip stitch these 2 together, and then we can use this strand down here to slip stitch these 2 together. And then right here I'm still kind of working on this one, but then I'll slip stitch to the nearest corner, and then this tail will be left right there, so then I can slip stitch these 2 together, and then by doing that all of these will form together to form a nice big giant square here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to slip stitch granny squares together. So what you'll do is kind of sandwich them. And you're going to work into the first corner of this square, so you're going to insert your hook there. And then you're going to go to the other square and insert your hook through that corner. And then you're going to slip stitch, and to do that you will yarn over, so you'll go under the yarn and hook it, pull through the corners and your loop on the hook. Okay, so then that initially attaches the two there. So now what we want to do is just slip stitch the sides together, just one side only. And we want to work into the back loop only so that the seam here is not as thick. So what we'll do is go into this first double crochet. The back loop only, I'm talking about this V here, so that's the top of this stitch. Here's the next stitch, there's another V, so that's the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. What we want to do is work into the back loop only of that stitch. So instead of doing both of the V's there, if that makes sense, we're going to just do the back of that V. We're just going to do that. So we inserted our hook through the back loop of that stitch. We'll find the next stitch on that granny square. We'll look at it from the front here. So this is the first double crochet, so this V right there is the stitch we want to work into. So what we'll do is just find the back loop of that only. See, like we can go into that full stitch, but what we want to do is only go into the back loop. Okay? Once you have both of those stitches on your hook, you'll slip stitch, so you'll go under the yarn and hook it, pull through the stitches and your loop on the hook, leaving you with a loop. And then you'll just do that for each of the stitches. So in the next stitch, you'll find that V, you'll go into the back loop only, you'll find the next stitch over here, go into the back loop only, yarn over, pull through the stitches and your loop on the hook. Okay, so you're going to slip stitch all the way down and I will meet you back. Alright, so once you have slip stitched all the way down and you are at the corner here, to fasten off what you'll do is just yarn over, pull through the loop and pull all the way through, and you're going to pull tightly there. So then you'll just attach the other two squares the same way to create a giant square, and then I will meet you guys back. Okay, so once you have attached all of your granny squares and it becomes a larger granny square, I do recommend blocking them so that it lays flatter, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to continue. So now what we'll do is attach a new piece of yarn, and we're going to attach it in one of the corners here. So once you have a new piece of yarn attached, what you'll do is start in the corner here where you attached it. You will yarn over and pull through the corner there to get it started, so there's a loop on your hook. What you'll do is chain up 3, and this will count as your first double crochet. You'll insert one more double crochet into that corner there, so you're going to have 2 double crochets into the corner. Maple says hello. And for this round, it's going to be super repetitive, so what you'll do is just insert 1 double crochet into each of the stitches all along the edge there. Okay, so you're just going to insert 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. Okay, so you will double crochet all the way across until you get to the point where the 2 granny squares meet, and then I'll show you how to navigate that part right there. Okay, so I double crocheted all the way across here, and now we are at the point where the 2 squares meet. So if we look up closely, we're going to find that corner for the first square there, and then you will insert a double crochet into that corner space. Okay, and then you will do 1 right on the seam there, so you'll just kind of insert your hook anywhere it will fit. And then in the next granny square space, you'll insert 1 double crochet. And then you'll continue just inserting 1 double crochet into each of the stitches until you get to the corner. Okay, so I have double crocheted all the way to the other corner here, so I'm just going to show you how to do the corners. It's pretty similar to all the other ones. So what you'll do is insert 2 double crochets into that corner space. So that's 1 and 2 into the same space. And then you will chain up 3. And then 2 more double crochets into the same space. So the corners are the same. Alright, and then just finish up the row by inserting 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. And you'll do that all the way around until you get back to the beginning. Okay, so I have crocheted all the way around, and now I am back at the beginning. So I'm double crocheting into the last stitch there, and now I am at the last corner. So because we started with 2 double crochets already in the corner, what we'll do is insert 2 more double crochets into that same space. You will then chain up 3, and then you will slip stitch the 3rd chain from the beginning. Once you have slip stitched the first stitch, what you'll do is essentially just repeat that round for another 2 rounds, so you'll have 3 rounds all together of just inserting 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. You can actually build this out as big as you'd like to fit your size. I'm going to be doing a size small today. And since these next 2 rows are really repetitive, I'm going to do it off camera, but you're just going to repeat the row we just did by inserting 1 double crochet into each of the stitches and then creating corners whenever you come to them. Okay, so I did that for 3 rows, and you can make this as big as you would like. At this point I have sewn in all of my ends, and we have just basically a giant square. So what we'll do is we will attach a new piece of yarn into the corner up here. Once you have a new piece of yarn attached to the corner, what you'll do is insert your hook through the corner there, yarn over and pull through to get started. In this corner you will chain up 3, and this will count as a double crochet. Okay, and then into that same corner you will insert 1 more double crochet. And then you will insert 1 double crochet into the next 29 stitches. If you are doing a different size than what I'm doing, what you're going to do is crochet about 1/3 of the way down. Okay, so I have just finished doing 29 double crochets, so altogether you should have 31 over here. And as you can see, it's about 1/3 of the way across the side here. Alright, so now what we'll do is we will turn our work, and now we will be working back along that row we just created. To begin, you will chain up 3, and this counts as a double crochet. you're going to skip that next stitch there, and then in the next stitch you will insert a double crochet, and then you'll just insert one double crochet into each of the stitches for the rest of this row. So you'll insert one into each of the stitches until you get to the end here. Alright, and because we skipped a stitch, this will start to go inward. Okay, so I double crocheted all the way to the end here. So what we'll do is turn our work and work back along this row. You will begin by chaining up 3, and this counts as your first double crochet. For this row, you will insert one double crochet into each of the stitches until you get to the third to the last stitch. Okay, so you're just going to insert one double crochet until you get to the third to the last here. So you'll count in 1, 2, 3. So that third to the last is where you will stop. Okay, so once you have double crochet to the third to the last stitch there, you can see that there's 2 more. So we're going to skip that next stitch, and then in that stitch right there, it's actually the chain 3 from the previous round, but that does count as a stitch. So what we'll do is insert one double crochet into the top of that chain 3 there. So by doing this, this side is going to slightly curve in, and then this side is going to stay straight. The side that's curving in is the side that's in the middle of the piece here, and then the side that is staying straight is on the side. So what we'll do is turn our work and crochet back along the row we just created. So you'll turn your work. You will then chain up 3. Again, it counts as a double crochet. We are going to skip this next stitch, and then you will insert one double crochet into the next. For the rest of the row, you will just insert one double crochet into each of the stitches. I will meet you guys back at the end of this row. Okay, so you're going to continue with this process of going back and forth and then decreasing only one side until you have 9 rows protruding out of your main piece here. So for this next row, since we're on the straight edge, what we'll do is turn our work. We will chain up 3, and we'll keep this side straight by just inserting one into the next stitch. And then just inserting one double crochet into each of the stitches till you get to the other side. Okay, so I've crocheted to the other side here, and I'm just going to double crochet into the third to the last stitch there. Skip this next stitch. Skip this next stitch, and then in that chain 3 that counts as a double crochet, we will insert a double crochet at the top of that. Alright, and we skipped a stitch because we were at the side where it starts to angle in. So now what we'll do is we'll turn our work again and then chain up 3. Skip the next stitch and then double crochet 1 into the next stitch there. Then you'll double crochet 1 into each of the stitches until you get to the other side. So again, because we skipped a stitch, this is angling inward. Okay, so we're on row 6 right now. So like I said earlier, we're going to do this until row 9. So I will meet you guys back at row 9 since this is pretty repetitive. Okay, so I did that for a total of 9 rows. So what you'll do is you will just tie off and then yarn over and pull through. You will attach a new piece of yarn to this corner, the opposite corner here, and you will do the exact same thing, but you will flip it, do the opposite so that it's straight on this side and then curved in on that side. So you'll just rewind and repeat the exact same portion there. Okay, so I did the exact same thing on this side. So what you'll do is end it the same way. So then you'll just yarn over and pull through all the way and then pull tightly. You're going to create a second panel that looks exactly the same as this panel. Okay, so once you have created 2 panels that look exactly the same, the only difference is the second panel, you are going to leave a long strand for sewing. So you're going to leave a long strand off of your rows of 9 here. So what you're going to do is put right sides together so that the back of the granny squares are facing outward. So what you'll do is just kind of sandwich them together so that the sides are equal, and what we'll do is slip stitch together these shoulders, and you will slip stitch them just like we did the granny squares. You're going to use the same method. So what we'll do is find that first stitch there, and we will work into the back of it. So we'll insert our hook through the back of that loop, and then we'll go back to the other panel here and find that first stitch. And what you'll do is insert your hook through that first stitch, and this strand that you have from that panel you're just going to leave to the side. Then you'll slip stitch, so you'll yarn over, pull through the stitch and your loop on the hook. You'll go into the next stitch, find the back loop only, go into the next stitch, find the back loop only, and what you'll do is yarn over and pull through the stitches and your loop on the hook. And you're going to do that to each of the stitches until the shoulder is sewn together. Alright, so once those 2 stitches are together, what you're going to do is find the back loop of the next stitch, find the correlating stitch on the back panel here, and then what you'll do is yarn over and pull through both stitches and your loop on the hook. You're going to do that to each of the stitches there. So what you'll do is go into the back loop only of the next stitch, the back loop only of the stitch on the other panel, yarn over, pull through both stitches and the loop on your hook. You're going to do that until the shoulder is closed. Okay, so I've slip stitched both the front and back panel together, and I'm at the last stitch here. So what I will do is yarn over and pull through the rest. Okay, so one shoulder is attached here, and these 2 shoulders are not, so we'll do the exact same thing. to this half is we will take this long piece of strand that we left, we'll sandwich these two together, and we'll take this strand and just kind of set it to the side. Set it off to the side there. Just act like it's not there. Sandwich these two together. And I'll flip it and start on this side. Going to insert our hook through the back loop of that first strand there. And then we'll go in through the back loop of the first strand over here. And then you'll just yarn over and pull through that strand to get started. Pull through both the loops. And then you'll just slip stitch this shoulder the exact same way we did the other side. So you'll go into the back loop only. And you'll go into the stitch over here and go into the back loop only. Yarn over, pull through both of the stitches and your loop on the hook. Going through the back loop of the stitch there, go into the correlating stitch of the next panel, go into the back loop only, and then you'll yarn over, pull through both the stitches and your loop on the hook. So you're going to do that until this shoulder is sewn together as well. Alright, so once you have the shoulders sewn together, this has created a neck hole here. You can kind of see the vest start to take shape here. So what we'll do is turn it inside out here, or right side out. And you will sew in all of your ends. And then I will meet you guys back for the last portion of this top. Okay, so for the last portion of this top, what we'll do is create the ties for the side. So what we're going to do is find this kind of middle line here between the two granny squares. So we will attach a new piece of yarn on the side here. Okay, so once your new piece of yarn is attached, what you'll do is you will insert your hook through that stitch where you attached it, yarn over and pull through to get started. You will then chain up 75. So you will just yarn over and pull through until you have 75 chains. Once you have 75 chains, you will single crochet in each stitch back down the chain. So in that second chain from the hook, you'll insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the chain, then you have 2 loops on your hook, so then you'll yarn over and pull through the 2 loops, and that is a single crochet. So you'll just insert 1 single crochet into each of the chains until you get back to the main piece. Okay, so once you have single crocheted down the chain there and you are back at the main piece, so what you'll do is single crochet into the last chain there, and then find the stitch where we started chaining out of, and then the next stitch next to it we will insert our hook and slip stitch it. So we'll yarn over, pull through the stitch and your loop on the hook. Okay, so that's how you attach your tie, and then to finish off you will just yarn over and pull through all the way and then pull tightly, and then with your strands you'll just sew those in. Okay, so because you have a strand right here, you're going to create a strand on the opposite end here, and you're going to do the exact same thing. And then you are going to do the exact same thing to the back panel as well. You're going to add 1 strand on this side and a strand over here as well. Okay, so once you have all of your strands on, then your top is complete. You just have to sew in your ends, and the sides will be open. and you'll just tie these to close. You'll just tie these into little knots. I hope you all enjoyed the tutorial, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.